something that made both Steven Gerrard and Roy Keane really good players and with a strong mindset was how they thought about expectations. I was listening to a sports psychologist named Bill Biswick, who has been working with Manchester United and Steven Gerrard and Roy Keane. And he said that one of the things that made them really good on the mental side of football was the way they perceived expectations. See, what's the problem that most have with expectations is it's easily turned into pressure, right? We want to live up to other people's expectations, and in our pursuit to live up to these expectations, we create this pressure on ourselves. We put this burden on our shoulders, right? But what he said that both Roy Keane and Steven Gerrard had in common was they didn't care about other people's expectations. They only cared about their own standards. See, it's very powerful because as long as we really care about other people, living up to other people's expectations of us, we we're kind of victims, right? We are victims to other people's thoughts about us, what they want from us, what they aspire and dream on our behalf. And it's difficult because we can't control other people's expectations. Other people create expectations, and suddenly we feel like, oh, I have to live up to these expectations. I don't want to disappoint anyone. But if the way we live our lives, if the way you live your life, if the way you perform is coming from your own standards, well, now you're in control. So, how do we do that? How to create a mindset around this, like both Roy Keane and Steven Gerrard had? So I'm just sharing from my perspective what I see would help you get to the same place. See, as long as we care about other people's expectations and living up to them, it's difficult setting our own standards and just live by them. So we have to get to a place where we don't really care about other people's expectations. So first of all, like what's the reason we care about other people's expectations? We want approval, we want to be liked. We want other people to approve of us, what we do, what we're up to, the person we are, right? That's what most people think. But actually a deeper layer to this, and this is something that I recently found like 6 months ago. There is a deeper layer that creates more freedom around this. And it was mind blowing when I saw this. See, when we don't live. No, let me share this. I had a conversation with a professional football player. We talked about expectations, and he shared his difficulties with people back at home, the expectations of him making it big, what that would look like to them, right? And I asked him, so when you think about not living up to these expectations, how does that make you feel? And he said it makes him feel like a failure. What he started seeing in our conversation was what he's up against is not the approval of other people, because what happens when he starts thinking about not living up to the expectations, he feels like a failure. He starts doubting himself. The way he views himself changes, right? So what he started recognizing he's really about is his relationship to himself. And that's what we are all up against when it comes to this, when it comes to expectations. Is it looks like we want other people's approval, but the truth of it is we want our own approval. It can just be easier to find that approval of ourselves if they like me, that means I'm enough. I'm good enough, right? If they don't like me, well, does that mean I'm not good enough? Is there something wrong with me? We start doubting ourselves. So it's really us against us. So what we truly long for is our own self-acceptance. As long as we can really accept ourselves 100%, we're kind of in this world where we're looking for approval outside of us, which is not that powerful. We become really powerful when we truly approve of ourselves, just for who we are. Because when we truly approve of ourselves, well, we don't really care about other people's approval. Well, it's nice. I want people to like me, right? But if they don't, well, it's okay. I don't want to chase achievements, change my whole life just to make other people happy so they will approve of me. I approve of myself. Well, when I approve of myself and I don't need to live up to other people's expectations, well, now I can set my own standards for my life. What are my standards? Not other people's, my standards. And I can live by them. And that doesn't mean that I need to set huge standards and beat myself up when I don't meet them. But just mean like I have standards. These are the standards I want to live by. And I aspire to live up to them. And when I don't, I better myself the next time. I will do better. Because these are my standards, not other people's. So, let me just check the time. 8 minutes, okay. So, if you really want to have the same mindset in this regards as Keane and Steven Gerrard, and be a powerful football player, a powerful athlete, you need to get to a place where you don't care about other people's expectations, where that doesn't run your life, where you're free because you approve of yourself. That's the most important thing. The relationship to yourself is the most important thing. I hope this was valuable for you. Bye.